Hey guys, Alex and Dad from 7th Hour Films back again with Doctor Who. Last time around was dinosaurs on a spaceship. What could have possibly happened on that one?
Well, it was exactly that. Dinosaurs on a spaceship. It's kind of like an ark. But it was heading to Earth, and UNIT or somebody was going to shoot it down. And the Doctor picked up a queen of ancient Egypt and a big game hunter and Amy and Rory and got on board. And it turns out that there was basically a pirate who had commandeered the thing because he wanted to sell off all the dinosaurs and make money. And a lot of complications in there. Ultimately, it ended up he said he would take the queen as his treasure, and the Doctor didn't let him do that, and in fact somehow managed to get his spaceship ejected from the Ark, at which point it then blew up, if I recall. The Doctor essentially let him blow up.
Yeah, because they were launching missiles at the Ark, but by diverting his ship away from the Ark, it diverted the missiles and just killed the guy.
Yeah.
So,
and this is the guy, the actor who played William Hartnell in the 50th anniversary.
Yes.
Yeah. And he's very good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Now, does he come back? Have I seen him in... I've seen him in some stills with Capaldi.
Maybe.
We'll get to there.
Yeah. It'll be a while, but yeah. So, but yeah, that is pretty much where we left off. Also, Rory's dad was there, so...
Oh, yeah, I forgot Rory's dad. It was kind of fun because he's an older guy, and it's like Wilf. He just kind of goes, okay, I'm on a spaceship, and the Doctor's a time traveler. Yeah, let's go with it.
Yeah, so... Yeah, that is pretty much where we left off. We're moving on to episode 3 of this season. Anything else before we get into it?
I just remember seeing the little thing at the end last week where this appears to be another one set somewhere in the Wild West of the United States back in the 1800s, I'm guessing.
Yeah, something like that. So, well, then with that said, we might as well just jump right into this episode of Doctor Who.
Westworld.
Am I the last one?
There's one more. The Doctor.
Well, that can't be good.
Look at this. It's a lot of stones and lumps of wood. What is it?
A load of stones and lumps of wood.
Do not cross, I would suspect.
The sign does say keep out.
I see keep out signs as suggestions more than actual.
They're more like
Dry
guidelines.
clean only.
Alright, that's got to be on location somewhere. But it's not Old Tucson.
Just walked onto the set of Back to the Future 3.
Yeah, it would have been a oil lamp.
It's a street lamp.
Gas lamp.
An electric street lamp about 10 years too early.
It's only a few years out.
That's what you said when you left your phone charger in Henry VIII's ensuite.
Doctor.
Anachronistic electricity, keep out signs, aggressive stares. Has someone been peeking at my Christmas list? Doctor.
He just has those ready.
Tea. But the strong stuff. Leave the bag in.
Don't know that they had tea bags at this point.
Might I inquire who you is?
Of course, I'm the Doctor. This is... No need to stand. You see that? Manners. Oh, thank you. But I don't need a new suit. I'm the Undertaker, sir.
He ain't measuring a suit.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Jeez, can you at least ask why?
You! Bow tie. Get back across that line. Now.
But yes, sir. All right. There's always one good man in an old west town.
We were aiming for Mexico. The doctor was taking us to see the Day of the Dead festival.
Mexico.
Oh,
2
sounds
miles
fascinating.
south.
My name is Carla Jex. I'm the doctor.
A doctor.
So why does the gunslinger want you?
It don't matter.
I'm just saying, if we knew that.
America's the land of second chances. We call this town Mercy for a reason. Though there's
I wonder if this was filmed in Utah where they filmed the
Isaac, we've discussed this.
people whose lives
Doctor
you saved
being
are suddenly
killed.
saying we should hand you
Maybe.
They're scared.
War only ended 5 years back. That old violence is still under the surface.
it's 1870.
We give up. You still got to get past the gunslinger. How you gonna do that?
With a little sleight of hand.
He's dead.
Man.
Well, at least he's moral.
Can I ride
Yeah.
your horse, please? He's called Joshua. It's from the Bible. It means the deliverer.
No, he isn't.
What?
I speak horse. He's called Susan. He wants you to respect his life choices.
All right, now Matt Smith knowing how to ride a horse. That's new. So he speaks horse and baby.
He speaks everything.
So, we wait here till the doctor comes to pick us up in your ship.
Yes, I know. I was there when we agreed it.
Yeah, I said that more for my benefit than yours.
2 ticks. There's something niggling me. Yes, it could be important. Oi, don't swear.
Can we have a whole episode where his companion is just a horse?
Or a penguin.
The penguins can talk sometimes. Oh God! What have you done?
That wasn't the plan. He's not following the plan.
Welcome to my world.
He has altered the plan. Pray he doesn't alter it further.
Well, this vehicle will self-destruct. Thank you for choosing Brax's security software. Incinerating intruders for 3 centuries. Now,
You know, it's a serious moment, but I can pinpoint like half of those are just stock screams.
People will get in the way.
Look, you want justice. You deserve justice, but this isn't the way. We can put him on trial. We can...
When he starts killing your people, you can use your justice.
Fair point.
Dr. Mengele from the Nazis.
It was stupid. We built an army that routed the enemy and ended the war in less than a week. You want me to repent? To beg forgiveness for saving millions of lives?
How many died screaming on the operating table before you had found your advantage?
War is another world. You cannot apply the politics of peace to what I did, to what any of us did.
Doctor?
Let him come back, Doctor.
Or what? You won't shoot me, Amy.
How do you know? Maybe I've changed. I mean, you've clearly been taking stupid lessons since I saw you last. I didn't mean to do that.
Jeez.
Everyone who isn't an American, drop your gun.
What's happened to you, Doctor? When did killing someone become an option?
Jex has to answer for his crimes.
And what then? Are you going to hunt down everyone who's made a gun or a bullet or a
But
bomb?
they keep coming back, don't you see? Every time I negotiate, I try to understand. Well, not today, no. Today, I honour the victims first. His, the Masters, the Daleks, all the people who died because of my mercy.
See, this is what happens when you travel alone for too long. Well, listen to me, Doctor. We can't be like him. We have to be better than him.
You've got until noon tomorrow. Give him to me, or I'll kill you all.
High noon.
I'm gonna say they're running out of daylight today.
Do not forsake
You're
me,
the marshal.
oh my darling.
Kyan.
Marshal? Ma'am?
fella.
Thanks.
How old are you?
Nearly 19?
That's 18 then.
Yeah.
Too young to have fought in the war, so I'm guessing you've never shot anyone before, have you?
First time for everything.
That's how all this started. Jack's turned someone into a weapon. Now that same story's gonna make you a killer too.
You really worth the risk?
Don't know. But you are.
It's worth it to keep you a good man.
Frightened people. Give me a Dalek any day.
Thank you.
But just in case.
Oi, get out of it.
You could turn a blind eye. No one would blame you. You'd be a hero.
You committed an atrocity and chose this as your punishment. Don't get me wrong. Good choice. Civilized hours, lots of adulation, nice weather, but justice doesn't work like that. You don't get to decide when and how your debt is paid.
I was only following orders.
In my culture, we believe that when you die, your spirit has to climb a mountain, carrying the souls of everyone you wronged in your lifetime. Imagine the weight I will have to lift.
We all carry our prisons with us.
Mine is my past. Yours is your morality.
We all carry our prisons with us.
Ha!
Well, he's thinking of something.
Well, underneath the gunslinger, there's still a person.
It's high noon. Do we have a plan? Do you have a skillet in your shirt?
Gonna poison him with words.
You fell for it! Oh, the clock.
It's the Three Amigos plan. Confuse him.
You're supposed to run like the wind, not a gentle breeze.
1, 0.
Let's hope the mountain is true. Otherwise, he took the easy way out.
Ask someone why they don't have a marshal or sheriff or policeman there. We got our own arrangement, they'll say. Then they'll smile like they got a secret. Like they got their own special angel watching out for them. Their very own angel who fell from the stars.
Alrighty. Okay. Well, I've slightly naysayed the past 2 episodes. That was a really good episode.
Yeah.
So
now, a weird little thought I had right there at the end. You know, I mentioned Dr. Joseph Mengele. He was the head doctor for the Nazis, experimented on all sorts of people, did horrible things. Escaped to South America, if I recall correctly. He was either tracked down and killed or brought to justice. I can't remember exactly what happened to him. But the man who helped develop the German, I think, V1 and V2 rockets, the first rockets used as bombs, you know, raining down the Blitz on London and everything else, was a guy named Dr. Werner von Braun. When the war was over, the United States realized they couldn't let the Soviets get that technology, so they took Dr. von Braun and most of his people brought him to the United States, and he literally is the one who helped set up America's space program because of his expertise with rocketry. So, you have a parallel here of a guy who literally invented new ways to kill people, brought to the United States, forgiven of what he had done during the war, and let the United States not only get to the moon, but essentially developed all of the modern technology that we have now. There's that morality question there. Is what you've done in the past too much to save, to excuse what you've done in the present and in the future? It's a great episode. Again, the guy who wrote it, I mean, that's an excellent message, and the Doctor's struggling with that. He, since the Ninth Doctor, since Eccleston, he's been saying, I did some horrible stuff during the Time War. The Dalek told Eccleston, you would have made a good Dalek. Tennant struggled with it. Smith is struggling with it.
Even 2 episodes ago, when he says, the Daleks think that hatred is beautiful, and they say maybe that's why we've never been able to kill you. So, even recently, that sort of thing has been brought up to him. So,
yeah.
And yeah, it's an interesting thing, because especially with this Doctor, it's kind of put on the back foot a little bit with these last 2 seasons. Like, maybe he's slightly moving on, but then it just takes one bad egg brings him all the way back. And especially here, not only looking at himself, but just looking at his enemies, basically, and just thinking, why don't I do something more? Why don't I just do something more? I put the victims first, and I just put an end to whatever suffering there is. But it's not the right way of looking at it.
This really goes all the way back to Tom Baker and Genesis of the Daleks, which we've considered, literally one of the best episodes ever. When he has the chance to stop the Daleks before they start, and he can't do it.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
And theoretically, it wasn't his place. It was Davros's place to do that. Just like the Operation Valkyrie, it was the German officers under Hitler who said, what we started out thinking we were doing right, now we understand we're doing wrong. We have to eliminate Hitler. They did not do that. Ultimately, Hitler ended up killing himself. But that's the whole point. Is it justice for the Doctor to have eliminated the Daleks before they start? Did he have the right to literally commit genocide?
Well, and there's an interesting line that's brought up here when he's talking to Jex, and Jex says, you could just, let me go out there, and the gunslinger will kill me, and you'll be a hero. And it does sort of, I think that line kind of calls into question, is the Doctor a hero? Because at that point it's like, well, you'll be a hero. You'll have saved everyone, and all it will cost is my life. But I think the thing is that the Doctor is not a hero. He's a doctor. Not to say doctors can't be heroes, obviously. And, there are instances, especially with a lot of medical doctors, when they save someone's life, on the operating table or what have you. But a lot of times, with the word doctor, the way they say it, especially here in Doctor Who, is the doctor means healer, And so it's like, well, I don't know. It's just kind of an interesting question. It's like, well, is he a hero or is he a doctor? He needs to help them. He could have just taken a walk. The townspeople could have gotten rid of Jex, and that would have been that. But then that would be on all of their consciousnesses for the rest of their lives. This kid, 18 years old, nearly 19 is not 19, and that would have been on his conscience for forever. Or if he had shot the Doctor and then taken Jex, that would have been a burden on him forever. So it's an interesting sort of question, which I feel like pretty much every showrunner has to deal with this question when it comes to the Doctor, mainly because this show is in such a strange place just in its own existence, because it's not like Star Trek where it's like, well, they have duties as Starfleet officers and stuff, or Star Wars where it's like, well, you have the Jedi, they're literally the good side of the thing, the supernatural force that permeates all life in the universe. Like, you know, they, like, those sci-fi shows have very clear-cut things, honestly, and, you know, sometimes they get, you know, you can get some gray areas there, and that makes for good stories and stuff. But for the Doctor, and for Doctor Who, it's like, well, is that the case? Is he this, you know, hero gallivanting across the universe, saving every little person that he can? Or is he just a traveler who just happens to get into these situations because they need to put out 13 stories every year, you know? So, like when, you know, when we started this, it was an old man and 2 teachers and his granddaughter and some cavemen. That does not equal what Star Trek was at the beginning, or what Star Wars was at the beginning, or whatever other sci-fi shows you want to go with. So, I don't know. And especially nowadays, too, because they do more emphasize the Doctor being a hero, and obviously you have everything with the Time War just being a lot of baggage on him. It's interesting how much the question gets brought up. And I think this episode does it really well.
Yeah.
So,
if you want to skip over this part, I do want to see the end credits, because I thought I recognized some of the actors in here. I guess not. Does it say where it was shot?
Doesn't say.
Huh. We can probably look that up.
Yeah. Someone will put it in the comments. You know, that's the thing is, with some of these episodes, I do find myself in the role of, you know, I kind of speak as the audience surrogate, you know, like what people thought, you know, during the time, and I have all this trivia, and then half the time I get it wrong anyway. So, like with the first episode with Oswin, we had basically said, oh, maybe they liked her and brought this actress back. No, they had already cast her for later on, and then they were like, why don't we have her in an earlier episode, because that would be fun. So I just completely got that wrong. So again, it's been like 6 or 7 years since I watched this, and I know, by the way, that everyone at home is going to be giggling by the fact that I said 6-7. Do you know what this is?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I say, do you know what it is? It doesn't
mean anything.
It's nothing.
Yeah.
But I will admit that anytime I hear 6-7 now, there's a part of me that just slightly chuckles. I don't know. It's like anytime I hear Among Us. Except that was actually funny. But also didn't make any sense. So anyway.
And again, if they indeed shot The Impossible Astronaut in the United States, in Utah, then they may have had this story already lined up, you know, and said, hey, well, we're at it, let's go ahead and film this, because, again, I cannot think of a place anywhere in the British Isles they could have filmed that.
Yeah.
It's possible they could have done that in Spain. You know, the La Mancha area is, you know, lots of flats, but there were some mountains in the background there, so I don't know. But again, very authentic looking. So if it wasn't in the United States, they spent a whole lot of cash putting up that town.
Yeah, I know there's an episode later on, I think it's during the 13th Doctor's era, where, like, they're supposed to be in, like, Alabama in the 40s, but I think it was shot in, like, South Africa. And I was like, did you need to shoot it in South Africa? Like, Alabama does exist. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe they updated their looks a little bit since then, but I don't know. No. There's probably an old street in Alabama you can find that still looks exactly the same.
I lived in Alabama from 59 to 63. We lived there right there in the central part, in the capital, Montgomery. There's a lot of rivers, and there's pretty much nothing else.
Yeah. So, I did also like in this episode when the Doctor says, you know, frightened people, I'll take a Dalek any day, and it's just like, that is an interesting thing that just it crops up every so often, just frightened people and how dangerous that is. I mean, that's essentially what the Midnight episode was all about, was just frightened people. He nearly died because of that. So, but like with that episode, one good person who stands up to do what was right, and at least For here, that's Isaac. And it's interesting too that like at the beginning, they were all just ready. They threw the doctor over, and it's like, well, he's an alien doctor, so it must be him. And Isaac's just like, guys, we all know it's not him. We know it's Dr. Jex, but we're not going to do anything about that. So yeah, this one actually holds up better than I remember it actually, because with this first half of the season, I was like, yeah, okay, we'll get those episodes, and I will say, like, because I've also sort of naysayed why we still have Amy and Rory, and I will say I'm kind of half and half with them in this episode, because on the one hand, boy, they didn't really do much. On the other hand, it works just for that moment when Amy says, you've been alone too long. This is what happens every time you're alone too long. You start to lose your way, and that only works because she is a veteran companion. So, and the next 2 episodes take more advantage of them. So that's at least good. But this one, definitely a really good one, especially on rewatch. So, you got anything else?
I got nothing.
Then that is basically it. Maybe this will be over a half hour. I don't know. I think last episode was like 27 minutes. These are getting shorter and shorter as the days go on. So, with all of that being said, though, we're Alex and Dad from 7th Hour Films, and we will see you guys next time. Take care. Alright guys, thanks for watching this video. There's a bunch of links on screen if you want to go click around any of those. There's a playlist with all of our modern Doctor Who reactions, as well as another playlist with every Doctor Who video that's on the channel. There's also a subscribe button and a Patreon button on screen, as well as other links in the description if you want to go check out any of those. See you guys later.